In today's video, we will explore the secrets of reality, how it's formed, and how we can overstep the obstacles that block our way. A journey of the spirit into unknown territory in the name of love, truth, and sincerity. This is a world characterized by external forces, stereotypes as well, and imposed stories. The reality needs to be questioned, manipulation must be resisted, and one has to go deep inside and discover the truth that is hidden. This is a trip that involves searching for your inner strength, molding your world, and making humanity more progressive. This video aims to examine some of the difficulties faced and how every one of us has a part to play in humanity's spiritual transformation. Therefore, I hope through this presentation that you will be in tune with wholeness, balance, and hope for a better reality. In our journey, the roadblocks that we encounter are rarely seen, but they contribute much to our trip. The world is a constantly transforming environment where there is information, and what goes around can mold our worldview. Today, we are constantly overwhelmed with information on how to act, what to think of, and the way people should be. When we comprehend this, it comes into view the crucial importance of refusing to be manipulated or programmed from the outside by the process of conformism, the removal of the self. Once we know this, it becomes clear why it is important to avoid being manipulated, the external programming that seeks to remove us from our true selves and keep us in a state of conformity. We all have an inner power within us, the light of God that unites Him with the Father of all beings. Therefore, do not let other people take over your mind, what you think, and your point of view. Do challenge those imposed narratives and find the truth yourself. Take it on. Faith isn't the way I roll. See it for yourself, as I always say in our videos. Reflect and look into yourself alone. Know it within yourself, not out there. Resisting manipulation starts with awareness. Be mindful of the way external factors influence your thinking. Do not just accept what is presented to you, but seek out your truth. Real resistance is within you. It arises out of trusting your gut and following your inner voice. Please note that your mind and your soul are under your custody. Therefore, do not let manipulation make a detour on your spiritual journey. Discovering our true essence means breaking down imposed narratives, paving the way to freedom. Transcendence of this imposed reality, the matrix, means rising to another level of awareness and authenticity, which involves resistance to manipulation. First of all, resistance to manipulation is the key to spiritual ascendancy. It's an event when you defy those imposed limitations and finally be who you are meant to be. And this is where we come to a crucial point, the voyage into our being, our inner odyssey. This is the center of our spiritual development, whereby we address our shadows, heal our injuries, and discover our true selves. We all have an internal universe, the set of inner feelings, thoughts, and experiences. However, we tend to avoid it, flee from our fears, hide from our dark side, from the shadows. However, spiritual transcendence is more than this. It requires one to be ready for their fears and to dive into our souls. The inner journey does not always run smoothly. In fact, it is in this rough terrain that the truest strength is found. By facing old trauma, fears, and self-destructive habits, it allows light to be transformed into us, and when we confront our shadows, our life becomes a miracle by itself. Note that the road to spiritual growth is not a linear and flawless trip, but rather a journey between the shadow and bright aspects of ourselves. Our inner journey begins with complete acceptance of whatever we may be, warts and all. That's the courage to look at our wounds, feel our vulnerabilities, and learn from them. And when we face and cure our dark sides, we start seeing how great we are. In a sense, we discover ourselves at our truest, that which lies beneath our societal camouflage. It is the moment when we link up with our spirit, the sixth sensor, and spiritual wisdom. That is where we find a true sense of spiritualism, authenticity, and deep passion. Therefore, embrace your inner self and let yourself be transformed by the power of light, and never forget that the best light always shines in darkness. Therefore, there's no cause for worry when you venture into your inner journey. Relish it with immense care and love, as that's where the actual magic lies. In addition, we should also know that there is strength in our thoughts, feelings, and wishes. It is amazing that so easily we forget that our thoughts and emotions are like brushes which we draw the picture of our lives. Each thought and feeling we paint is a stroke upon the blankness of reality. This is when we start realizing the process and begin shaping our desired life. We call this conscious creation, wherein we take the responsibility for our self-creation into our hands. Just like I have always said, here we are not just bystanders, but partners in our fate. This, however, necessitates a change in attitude, where instead of viewing our lives as the effect of circumstances, we take responsibility for it. To use this power, we have to learn how to focus our thoughts and feelings in the desired direction. It is something that one does with their mind and decides that she will not allow oneself to be dragged down by the whirlwind of negativity and fear. As I said in the previous video, we are all linked to this limitless source of energy and imagination. Thus, when our thoughts and feelings match our highest intentions, we resonate with the universe's frequency. And that is where we get the chance to bring forth any reality that suits our ultimate dreams. Committing to this process puts us on the fifth dimension with love and harmony. This space where we experience spiritual satisfaction is where our dreams are actualized. On our way forward, the matrix should be understood and the purpose it serves in our lives. The matrix is not only an illustrative notion, but also an evocative symbol that describes how such restrictions shape our existence. It might then be possible to say this is like a veil that blocks the real nature of life. Therefore, in an uncomplicated way, think of the matrix as a network of perceptions, habits, and frameworks that constrain us to see a false reality. It's an imaginary construction, a kind of reflected reality, imposed narratives, fears, and illusions that leave us with a feeling that we cannot do, change, and love. Awareness is where everything begins about the dissolution of the matrix, i.e., the questioning of the beliefs we were taught and the opposing stories that are imposed upon us. It is the journey of self-awareness, which is an understanding of what our lives are all about. In our attempts to question the illusion that is the matrix, the veil is lifted, and we can then see the truth behind what we are told to see. That's why I said at the beginning of the video, it all begins with awareness, and then we release ourselves from the fetters of limitation. This is a hard process, as it entails shedding what one has believed for long and accepting uncertainty. However, it is in this area of disintegration that we see genuine truth and spiritual liberty. Therefore, do not hesitate to ask, search for the unknown, and deconstruct the established frameworks. Do not limit you, as it is the way to break down the illusions that stop you from living maximally. And when we're free of these ties, we come face to face with something fundamental. This journey would be aimed at establishing our mission and purpose. All of us are here for a particular purpose that has led to the transformation of the world. That's what I would expect to say, at least, if at all we were specifically created for this era. That mission is what speaks deep inside us, regardless of the shape it adopts. Our purpose is an expression of our true nature, and a part of humanity's joint development. Moreover, encountering our shadows, healing our sores, and unraveling our authenticity leads to a closer link with the self and the associated purpose. This is a lot of information, right? But at the same time, we have to understand that some difficult points arise in practice. One must also realize that the road is not always a straight one. However, in the event of obstacles and pitfalls, bear in mind that we are being refined and tempered, receiving the necessary knowledge for our trip. They vary from doubt in one's abilities and fear to apparent external barriers hampering our growth. However, these obstacles constitute chances for growth. They also help us understand ourselves better and the world around us in general. At times, our search for truth may seem like running about a labyrinth of confusion, which makes it unattainable. As such, it is here where most people give up. If you're going through difficult times, I want to tell you one thing. Only light can overcome darkness, not darkness. Challenges are an opportunity to explore your shadows and find the truth you seek. The path of shortcuts and quick solutions is forgettable. It is a beautiful illusion that captures people in cycles of deceit. Humility and openness to further spiritual and personal growth should be maintained despite a conviction that one has seen it all already. Any spiritual journey, as with any other journey, has its peaks and its valleys and light and darkness. Every time we encounter obstacles, it becomes an opportunity for self-discovery and learning about the world. Therefore, be sure that challenges and traps come along with the knowledge and expansion process. They make us understand that life's way is never perfect, and we always have to evolve instead of seeking perfection. However, one comes to realize that it is no longer a lone venture, but a search we engage in with innumerable other people who are at a different stage of waking up. Moreover, if we are all interconnected, one person's journey determines the fate of all. We also add on to collectively by loving ourselves. This is what I know for sure. If that does not sound appealing to you, well, that's all right. So do not fret. I think our connections, relationships, and compassion, which belong to our collective growth, are what makes us human. The harmony and understanding that are the fruits of collective spiritual development can indeed change the world, as that means unity. It is because I believe this that I embrace and accept more and more the light of hope. Hope is the expectation of a brighter future in the most challenging times. That's the confidence that no matter how tough the situation may be, there is something at the end of the tunnel. This is what keeps us moving, gives us hope, and makes us feel we can conquer everything. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to tell you something that I think is important. All the knowledge we have collected over all these years serves as a bright lantern that lights up what remains in the dark and makes all the known and unknowable truths relevant to everyone. Nevertheless, knowledge alone is only limited. It is the application of this knowledge that leads us to power. The knowledge, hope, enlightenment, and most importantly, the power to create a world of love, peace, truth, and harmony should accompany you during this adventure. I am grateful that journeyed with me. Do remember to like and subscribe to our channel, share this message across all social platforms, and comment below with your views, observations, and experiences that are in line with this message. Thank you for watching and being with me again. Take care until...